And welcome back everyone to the last game of the Tencent LPL Summer Week 5 here. It is Day 3, Game 4. And what a massive, massive game it is indeed. Old friends and old rivals, Invictus Gaming going up against World Elite. My name is Pastry Time. I'm joined by Papa Smithy. And Papa, I don't think any introduction does the excitement that everyone feels when these two teams clash. It's just absolutely incredible to watch them play each other.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the big game. This is the one that always gets the viewers. This is the one that even the Westerners, even us Australians, the Americans, all the scenes understand that World Elite versus Invictus Gaming is the grudge match of all grudge matches, but it's under slightly different circumstances than I'm sure both these teams would like. Both teams here, at the moment, equal fourth. 8 and 6 records for both of them. That's just not what both these teams would have expected. Coming into 2013 with both of the teams, super momentum on both sides. So for this to be just a match to become equal third, definitely not what you'd expect from a World Elite versus Invictus Gaming match, but I think all that goes on hold for the 30 minutes, 20 minutes, hour long that we might expect here, because it's going to be a titanic battle whichever way it goes.
It will, and the bans here pretty interesting between these two. IG going with Oriana, Thresh, and Ari as their three, with World Elite choosing out Elise, Zac, and Shyvana. So the quintessential ban between these two teams. Twisted Fate goes untouched, but Jarvan as the first pick goes to Invictus Gaming, clearly valuing that one either as a jungler for Illusion or of course as that top laner there for PDD. And that does mean, what are we going to see here from World Elite? Once upon a time they would have instantly snapped up Twisted Fate and Nocturne. But we'll have to see here. World Elite, you've been playing around with it a little bit, even had a role swap in a recent game as well. So, they're feeling things out still, but this is very curious. Immediately go for big AoE here. They want Karthus, they want Cannon, and those are the two champions they get. IG, of course, immediately snap up Twisted Fate.
Yeah, and I was about to say, Zatai is a noted Twisted Fate player. He's not Messiah. He doesn't have the pro player pick of the Twisted Fate, but plays him a lot himself. So this is almost a case, IG almost threw down the gauntlet and said, hey, we value Jarvan the most here. Obviously PDD, a master of Jarvan, let alone the pressure of the jungle Jarvan. And World Elite have said, no, we'll back away from that Twisted Fate. They've locked in the Karthus. So this is playing on a lot of different levels. We're not just talking about meta picks here. We're talking about Invictus Gaming versus World Elite, the teams that have played each other so many times, just trying to one-up each other with team comps here.
Yep, and the second pick, of course, there for IG, or the third pick overall, I suppose, is Twitch, which makes a lot of sense here. They thought about Ezreal for a little while, but decided that instead they'd rather have the carry of carries at this point, who is Twitch. And looks like Weishao may pick himself up Ezreal, a champion he's most certainly known for. If he had a pro player pick video, there's a good chance Ezreal would be the one that he wanted here. Oh my goodness, that's a cow! It's locked in! We have Alistar Lee Sin. What is going on in this game, Papa Smithy?
Now, I love the Alistar pick against Twitch. It's a risky pick. Alistar doesn't fit into the 3.9, especially 2v1 meta, just because he doesn't push turrets very well at all. But he's a good laning champion, and when Twitch wants to activate Spray and Pray, what better thing to do than to knock him 650 units back?
Yeah, just say nope. Go back where you came from, please. To Alistar's credit, he does technically do good damage to turrets with that trample passive, but you're right. Not someone that usually gets the push going. Very aggressive, lane dominating sort of support champion. And it's kind of funny that last pick in their AD carry here. Curious to see what they want to go for here. Nautilus actually as well, selected along with Zara. So Zara going to be the support in Nautilus, likely the jungler, giving PDD back his Jarvan up towards the top lane. Looks like Ezreal may be the pick after all.
It kind of has to be Ezreal after the Nautilus lock-in. It could have been a more risky pick like Tristana, but you need that reposition because, Illusion's going to be just furiously pressing that targeted ultimate onto the AD carry of World Elite, whoever they choose, and Ezreal's probably the safest choice here.
No fault of yours to say, Kid, by the way. He plays a lot of Ezreal as well. These two teams, you kind of mentioned it, Twisted Fate, Ezreal, they've got a lot of overlap between these two champions. I have to say, though, the most curious pick, most definitely that cow there in Alistar, and this to me is just Fizzip. Fizzip has been playing very, very well for World Elite. He's probably been maybe not the most consistent. That one may go to Salmei or Weishao, but he's been playing very well, and he's been playing some offbeat champions, so giving him a playmaking support like Alistar really suits World Elite's best interest here, I think, and it's great to see the cow for the first time in the LPL, at least in this split, come out here.
It's just interesting, because at the start of the NALCS, we saw Patoy and Dignitas playing a lot of that Alistar. That seemed to be the comfort champ for him then. Mad Life dabbled in and out then. But since then, no one's been playing Alistar. We saw Mad Life pull it out and do well in the OGN on maybe 1 or 2 occasions, but for a champion who has been so popular in the past. The 2v1 meta basically eradicated Alistar. You're right that he does some decent turret damage, but as a melee champion, he doesn't really complement fast pushing. He has long cooldowns. He can't just pulverize the wave and push. And, it's been ranged support champions all day long for those 2v1 situations. So Alistar does a lot of cute things. I mean, we even probably remember the days of that Roam Alistar, so all credit to Fizzif here. All eyes on Fizzif as well.
We certainly do remember those days. Here's Fizzif, nice ward there. Spots actually all of IG. Very key timing there on that one.
And what he does might decide this game, based on.
It very well could here. IG actually stacking the Dragon Pit now. Hoping somebody foolishly walks by. I mean, they've got good level 1 stuns here. If they want the Nautilus Q, they've got it. They've got Twisted Fate stun, they've got Zyra Grasping Roots, they've got Twitch damage. I mean, it's very scary for any one person here to walk into this IG team. Well, Elite, they're looking a little frisky of their own. Alistar actually gonna hang out, walk towards mid lane. I guess he's rotating around to be with his team. We could see a late invade here from World Elite. And the biggest comparison that we have seen in the LPL that I can draw to Alistar is Blitzcrank, but Blitzcrank has the advantage of actually having a ranged ability. Headbutt, while technically ranged, not really the same thing.
Well, you were talking about one single man walking into the IG team comp here. I think Alistar, with that AoE CC potential at level 1, probably the exception to that rule.
There's a ward there, so this is crazy, by the way. World Elite are trying to metagame IG, who they think are invading their blue. I mean, we talk about these two teams knowing each other well. This is just at a complete other level. World Elite gonna maybe wrap around. They're gonna walk through the ward, though. IG are gonna spot them, but maybe they can make the play happen here. There's a flash from Illusion. There's Lee Sin going in as man gets the Q out onto Kid there. Flash forward there as well. And Physics just needs to be a little bit closer. Illusion, in fact, completely dead as the exhaust goes down there, and Karthus will pick up the first blood there. And that is a level 1 that would only happen between these two teams. That was incredible.
And, I mean, World Elite, what a scouting report to be 100% certain that that would happen. They must have known something, Beishan, because they were just completely certain that that would happen.
And now invading the blue buff as well. Messiah actually going to get this blue. Oh my goodness, I think we're going to see the... I guess that's 2 buff. Lee Sin's going to get the 3rd. So likely 3 buff start here coming out from World Elite. Doran's Blade Lee Sin doing work in that level 1 as well. And I don't know what's going on with the lanes. I think we're going to have... Yep, they're going to use the pressure here of the Alistar. It's a little... It's arguable whether Blitzcrank or Alistar is better in a shorter lane. It's actually probably Alistar with that combo coming through, because that's a little more guaranteed, where Rocket Grab, you kind of have to trick them into not being in front of minions when it happens. Alistar can just go straight through, even on top of a minion, and get the pulverize going here. But I like this swap from World Elite. I think if you're going to pick someone like Alistar, you need to do it in a situation where you can really pressure a squishy AP like Twisted Fate.
And not picking Twisted Fate on the purple side, the one thing we've always said about purple side Karthus is that you can pick up blue buff, go bottom lane, and actually CS quite happily on the purple side, just because you have access to that blue buff. You go bot lane, you're level 2, you have good mana sustain, you can clear waves with the constant spam of the Q. Messiah's going to be quite happy in this situation. They have the 3 buff start, as we see Man completing the red buff up top lane here, and 2v1 in Twisted Fate in the mid, so all in all, just complete trumps for World Elite in this level 1 action.
Yeah, have really, I mean, from level 1, from the rotation around blue buff, mind gaming IG, to really setting up these lanes in a very interesting way here that seems to favor them. Looking good here in the early stages. Picked up first blood for a few spare 100 gold. And now looks like Man going to rotate up towards the top. We'll see what he can get done. So Ty here going to struggle in the mid lane, although actually beating Messiah in CS, which is good news early on here, but Twisted Fate has to be very, very careful here. One combo could mean the end of this Twisted Fate very, very quickly here, especially if Lee Sin gets involved at all. And now the top lane, Salmei, he's played Kennen to such great effect here. I don't think Jarvan's too happy here, and now Man going to rotate forward. The Lightning Rush actually missing there. There's one mark in the storm. There's a second. The stun coming through as well. Man holding onto his Q as well. PDD flashes out there. Not enough there, as the Ignite will pick it up. Salmei with the last auto attack, able to clean up that kill towards the top lane. And beautiful coordination.
Extra resources across the board from that level 1. You see bot lane Messiah has Doran's Ring and the Sapphire Crystal, so happier in that lane. The ward jump coming out from Man, just in case the slippery Jarvan got away there. World Elite playing this superbly.
And Nautilus here being played by Illusion, of course. One of those junglers that is actually not awful as a jungler, but he really needs a levels to get going. That Titan's Wrath, his W, can let him clear camps quite quickly and quite safely. It's just a matter of navigating your early levels. So the fact that Man's actually disrupted Nautilus's early jungle here, I mean, Illusion now is upper level because he covered the top experience farm and was able to get some extra experience in there, but Nautilus has to be careful. Had his jungle a little bit hurt now, and as a result, really not able to put out any pressure early on as a result. Man actually looking for a tower dive in the mid now as well. And Alistar, oh, there he is. I spotted him. Fizz coming around the back. Here's the tie. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting Moscow 5 versus Dignitas flashbacks, if anybody remembers that. Fizz, please. I can see you. He's very sneaky. I don't think Zatai is going to be very happy with what's about to happen here.
And the only 2v1 situation that Alistar likes is this sort of a situation.
Oh, here comes Fizz. Zatai is in trouble. He's going to get... He does flash away, but that's not enough. Waiting on the pulverize. They're very patient from Fizz, knowing that Twisted Fate would likely have to blow the flash. And beautiful dive there in the mid.
Shades of that jungle, Alistar.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, very scary when that happens. I mean... That was a classic jungle alley move. Rotate around the side, wrap around there, and with Lee Sin, it's even better. In fact, if there was a roaming duo that's very, very scary, it's probably these two. And you know what the nice thing is? You mentioned Roam Alistar before. With the amount of safety that Weizhou has on his own as Ezreal, with the fact that the lanes are fairly stable in the top and bottom side, Alistar being in mid actually gives him a chance to roam around as well. And that's probably the coolest thing about the way World League have set up this game.
Just waiting to see the shop here. I mean, the boots would have been the telltale sign from Fizz that Roam Alistar was in full effect, but you know, he doesn't need too much mobility. He has the time to rotate between lanes just because every lane's doing well. Karthus with blue buff and the early first blood, happily going 1v2 in bottom lane. Ezreal against Twisted Fate, a good lane matchup for Ezreal, and of course, the kill advantage did come out for Wadley in the top lane as well. So, I mean, Alistar can basically do as he likes.
Yeah, and one of the, I think the coolest things for me about putting two people mid specifically is that you get a chance to use these high pressure supports a little better. You're in the center of the map as a support champion. It's not often you get to kind of freely roam around whatever area you're needed at. And as a result, when you pick someone like Ali, or even we've seen Blitz mid as well, oh my goodness, the tie. He's not happy. Here's a pulverize combo one more time. Requiem used, but not even needed there. I mean, a wasted ult from Masai, he won't be too happy with that, but pause the tie, he is not having fun. And World Elite, they know Twisted Fate. If they were looking to punish him, this is a very, very creative way to do so.
And you can tell just how Zatai's feeling. He's actually gone for the rush of the Chalice of Harmony here. Now, of course, with Twisted Fate no longer getting cooldown reduction, picking up 20% CDR potentially from the Athene's Unholy Grail is a fine choice, but you almost always see the double Dorans just because that opens you up for effective stats early to get you in that Destiny, just to pick up that early snowball, but just not even any access to Destiny. He's still level 5 at the 8-minute mark.
Been really picked on here in mid. The mid tower as well, by the way, looking precariously low here as well. And Zatai with that Chalice, try and spam out where he can. That mid tower's done though. And now World Elite, where are they going to take Fizzif next? What magical journey is he going to go on? I mean, when he hits 6 as well, there is, I mean, the towers at this point are not stopping him. He will be actual unstoppable.
Are you going to tell me that nothing can hold him back?
I will tell you that, in fact, nothing can hold him back. And our Dragon could be the order of the day for Water Lead. Messiah here with blue buff. Plenty of Dragon damage, actually, if they want it. Pink Ward thrown down as well, so they have the option now. And again, that cow, very scary to face check in the jungle here. Actually forced a flash, and Twisted Fate going over. The hook coming through there as the anchor comes in for Nautilus, and now Fizzif. No ultimate, absolutely cannot get out of that. And Illusion's going to pick up the first kill for his team there as Fizzif is felled.
4 members can hold him back.
Apparently, yes, it is. He can be held back. He wasn't 6, in all fairness. I think that's the true point. But IG going to look for Dragon as well. Nice kill there. Going to probably convert into a very much needed objective here. Man, actually towards the blue buff. You're going to find P2D. Not too happy with this, but probably able to smite away this blue. A small victory here as IG are going to complete that Dragon nice and quickly just before the 9-minute mark. Lee Sin, he looks to be in trouble, but Salme's rotated down as well. I think Kennen might have even been the one that got the blue buff here. P2D, though, try as he might, could not defend that push there towards his blue while this team was doing Dragon. So, you know, a good trade there for IG. They'll happily trade blue buff for Dragon pretty much any day of the week, but a nice little move there from Man, just to kind of keep it somewhat even.
The question is, what does Water Elite want to do now? They have the mid turret down, and that opens up potentially an early Oracles and some roaming coming out here. That opens them up to move to some side lanes, but they don't have a fast push team. They have a turret dive team, and they have a team fight team. So the early turret advantage with the Dragon gone, what objective will they look for here?
Looking bottom lane here, the wall of pain out to Xiao Fizzif. Looking to try and get some work done here. I mean, again, now with our start... Oh, no, he's still 5, never mind. He'll be 6 soon, it's okay. One day, Cal, one day. I mean, they could just go for the tower dives. That's almost what they have to do, in fact. I mean, there's 2 members up top right now. Looks like Man going to try and help Salmei here defend up towards the top lane. Never mind, he's going back. He said, nope, you deal with it, buddy. I mean, if they ever dive Kennen, he can probably just activate his ultimate. bottom lane. Twitch leaves there as well, so potential pressure here could come out. I mean, World Elite are kind of doing what you expect a team to do that got an early turret and convert to another lane and try and push that down. But you're right, they don't really have the push power in the same way that you say Caitlyn that we've seen earlier today, or Graves Lulu did. So we'll see what they can get done. World Elite are going to try and make this work with a slightly different pick, but if it really comes down to it, I think they can just move Sis in and really get some dives going, and that will put enough pressure on the turrets.
It also does hit 6 there. It's just one of those things where if you have a range support and get a very fast turret, easy to pick up that second one. Not as easy for Alistair here. He's, again, more for those team fights and more for those early skirmishes.
Yeah, Messiah here moving towards the mid lane. He's going to be happy to free up his farm a little more. Illusion here at his red buff, actually. Going to be able to clear that out. It seems like no one quite moving through there. Although World Elite's bottom lane were looking aggressively towards that Tribush there. Actually warding it down. Maybe seeing if they can spot anyone there, maybe make some movement here. Satai actually moving down towards the bottom lane. Actually wants his Wraiths instead. His ultimate not quite back up yet. So, I mean, they could dump 4 people down the bottom lane. It would probably put a dent in this Alistar Ezreal lane.
I mean, so much CC available between the gold card, all of Nautilus's CC. Zyra, of course, has multiple CCs. So you can see that plan A here, when the globals come in, immense early skirmishing coming out from Invictus Gaming, but Twisted Fate been so well held that they just haven't been able to win the early game like you might have thought they could have with the picks they picked up.
I mean, all that early pressure, as you noted, really held Twisted Fate back here, but now that Satai's actually 6, level 8 now actually, as he picked up a few more levels, I think World Elite are going to maybe be happy with the little lead they've got and play passively. I mean, they can collect farm at this point pretty comfortably. The only thing is, though, World Elite, despite having 4 kills and 1 tower, and no, they didn't get the dragon. That's probably where it's coming from.
Even in objectives.
Yeah. I mean, those 4 kills are only about 400 gold as an advantage, so they really need to try and make something happen here. It's not like they've got enough of a lead where they can just sit on it and go from there. They need to keep making stuff happen. A man here towards the top. Messiah looking there as well. This could be what they need.
This gank might be coming out. Pastry time.
Wall of Pain. It's ready. There's the Slicing Maelstrom. Cataclysm in there as well. Messiah's going to turn it on. And absolutely nowhere for Java in the run there as Karthus picks up that kill. I mean, they've got Lee Sin as well. He's very good at diving some way. They just popped his ult and ran under that turret. And that was an easy cleanup there, 1v3. PDD can't feel too bad about dying, but that's what World Elite need to do. They need to keep the pressure on and try to take out the towers. And look at what a difference it makes when they take out a second turret here. All of a sudden, that gold lead looks much, much better.
Yeah, much, much healthier, as you say. And not even able to push mid Zitai and Illusion there, just because with that turret down, a lot of pain potentially comes. But Xiaomei might be in trouble.
Yeah, Zitai moving up in there as well. Stun ready though, Mans here as well. And that cannon's going to be absolutely fine there. Zitai tried something there, 1v1. I mean, Cannon didn't have an ultimate, it was a good attempt, but Athene's Unholy Grail, the only item here for Twisted Fate. Certainly not the aggressive choice that we've seen every now and then. I mean, Lichbane early on can definitely put a dent in people. Athene's not so much there for Twisted Fate. So, I mean, Zitai kind of had to recognize he was in a little bit of trouble, and you know, he'll be happy with the item, especially as you said with that CDR that he now really, really wants, that he no longer gets for free, being provided by that item there. But we'll see here. Invictus Gaming certainly not too far behind, but World Elite definitely making their presence known early on here in this game. And I think
let's take a step back though, Page Time, and work out what did these smooth moves from World Elite give them at 14 minutes. And one thing you can say, Alistair hasn't been preyed upon here. There's never been a situation where in 2v1 lanes, Alistair's lack of pressure in terms of pushing has been taken advantage of. Instead, they have the 2 turret advantage here. And the second thing is that this is a great comp for Twisted Fate. So much CC from the jungle, from the lanes. Twisted Fate could have got massive here in just a 1v1 against Karthus in mid. Instead, he's been well held. So you have to say that the comp advantages that Invictus Gaming picked for in terms of early game here. I mean, the other little thing here, I mean, Jarvan is actually a very strong counter pick to Cannon in lane. And that early gank and all the movement and mobility from World Elite has actually just taken away all the comp disadvantages and made this game equal from the start, which World Elite, given the comp they've chosen, the team fighting comp, they'll take that against the aggressive skirmish and pick comp that IG have picked.
Absolutely. They've got a ton of AoE between Cannon and Karthus, who both do respectable damage. Karthus in particular does fairly insane damage when he fills up on items, and Ezreal can really tie that all together with Iceborne Gauntlet, I mean, Blue Ezreal, that's exactly what we're going to see. We already see the Sheen, the Ionian Boots of Lucidity there, and of course the Manamune, which will eventually transform itself into the Magical Mana. I mean, it's annoying enough as Karthus when he Wall of Pains and flashes on top of you. It's going to be even worse with an Alistar Polarized with a Slicing Maelstrom potentially. Maybe Lee Sin kicking you back, and just the Iceborne Gauntlet creating an even slower field for you to have to keep walking through Defile and lay waste on. I mean, World Elite have a really cool comp here. It's very CC heavy in kind of a different way to IG's. IG have a lot of just straight up massive CCs and good single target ones at that as well. World Elite have a lot of space control, I guess, like a big heavy zone control ultimates between Slicing Maelstrom. They can kick and headbutt people out with Lee Sin. They can keep them out with Wall of Pain, Iceborne Gauntlet. We're starting to see mobility become such a big factor here. It looks like Nautilus is going to go in there, man. Knocked up at Salmo over the side. That actually gets Cataclysm. Can't run anywhere else there as Twitch picks up Lee Sin. Now HL forced to flash and Arcangent. As Kid's on top of him, he's taking damage. He goes down, but he picks up Ezreal before that can happen. Now the rest of World Elite going on here. Messiah, though, very strong here on that Karthus. Do not want to kill him with that level 2 ultimate available as well. And a 2-for-2 trade there between those two teams. The Dragon, I believe, went to one of the teams.
Man did pick it up.
Good smite under pressure there from Lee Sin. So manages to clean that objective up. So up there for World Elite. Do they go in that last trade? There's 2-for-2 plus the Dragon. Puts them slightly so ahead on gold once more. I mean, still a very close game in gold despite the 4-kill lead that World Elite do have. But as you said, Papa, they really navigated this early game beautifully. And it's just a matter of what
in
they
another
do now.
game, right? In a different case where they didn't go for these early moves, World Elite would come up to the problem that a lot of these Karthus teamfight comps have been having across scenes. This has actually been very visible in the OGN as well. Is that, you know, if the global pressure was translated here, as we see Xiao Mei.
How did Xiao Mei live? How did he live? I don't know.
In these sort of comps, Space Tree Time, the issue is usually Twisted Fate global pressure is applied, lane swaps happen, the team fighting comp lose turrets, get behind, and then they can never force a team fight just because the siege comp takes down turrets, split pushes, and the team fight comp is kind of null. All this effort has stopped that from happening, so they are in a position to always take a team fight here. Being ahead in turrets here means that in this game you have to take team fights because World Elite are the ones positioning for Dragon, positioning for turrets, and World Elite can actually put their comp to good use rather than most team fight comps that actually can potentially be snowballed against very early in the game.
So here looking to pick up this blue buff now as well. Collects it, I believe. Although it did see a smite from Illusion, maybe he got it. Investigate shortly here. Xiao Mei down the bottom with Wei Zhao. Gonna look to clean out this last turret. Twitch cannot stand here. And in fact it backs all the way off towards the tier 2 turret here. So 3 turrets now, 3 for 1 in favour of World Elite. As you said, Papa really creating space here, able to clear out these outer turrets, and now they can get it going from here. Illusion actually in anticipation almost of the potential aggression coming out from World Elite. Oracles is already up here from Nautilus. He's ready to clear out some of those wards and try and get World Elite out of their side of the map, out of their side of the jungle.
To me, I mean, Messiah, he has a lot of the gold here. He's kind of the important factor. One of the reasons why we don't see Karthus anymore is that against most comps that are very common nowadays, you kind of have to flash to get into team fights just because so much disengagement exists. And we look here, I mean, Jarvan is able to EQ in, use Cataclysm, control Karthus' movements. Nautilus has so many CCs to control Karthus' movements. Twisted Fate has the gold card, which he doesn't really want to use on Karthus. But excluding all of that, the best one single pick you can choose against Karthus is usually this support Zyra here, just because between the Strangle Thorns and the ultimate and of course her E ability, just so much control can be put out there that Karthus can never wade through that and get into a fight between being stunned and knocked up. So Messiah, he has a lot of gold, but he needs to play smartly here, otherwise he'll never be able to put out the damage output that we know people experience when they're sitting on top of that Defile.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest way that World Elite have tried to shore up that weakness, and you're right, it is a problem for Karthus. If you can never get into the right spot, especially if you can't die in the right spot as Karthus, then so much of your power just gets drained away. I like that they picked Kennen and Karthus together, because that AoE combo seems to be what they really want to be going for. Kennen holds everybody in, stuns them all under Slicing Maelstrom.
Alistar on top of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, and the rest of the picks from World Elite really get in there. The blue Ezreal, the Alistar, even the Lee Sin can slow people down or kick them back into the right position. So World Elite have clearly built quite intelligently around Karthus. I guess it's just, as you said, a matter of how much work does Messiah get done, because he does have a lot of gold here. 401 in fact on that Karthus. Rod of Ages, Tear of the Goddess, and the Needlessly Large Rod already picked up here, and now Fizzle with his oracles. He's got a Philosopher's Stone as well, and now a pair of boots. Fizzev pretty
You
happy.
see 5 points in the headbutt from Alistair here. I guess from a World Elite perspective, in a team fight, they're hoping that both Twitch and Karthus will have to expend their flash to be able to do damage, just because Fizzev can obviously put that ultimate on and flash headbutt at any point and get Twitch out of the fight, get Twitch out of spray and pray range, even though, of course, he has that immense range on that ability. Karthus has to flash as well. Being able to blow the AD carry's flash just to do damage is a very, very strong thing that Alistair can potentially do.
Now World Elite grouping up towards the mid lane here. Man off to the side. Trying to make it happen here. Shasha got to be a little careful. It's pretty squishy on support Zara. Ward's being put down here. Man is trying to clear this out, but he realizes it's a little dangerous right now. Team going to push in. Maybe can get some help coming off to the side here. I think now feels confident to clean out that ward. Messiah though gets grabbed up there. This could be in trouble there. Illusion though does back off there. No one really able to follow up for IG. True Shot Barrage just going to be used there. Weijia clearing out the top wave of minions. Have had a little bit of trouble there. Lots and lots of blue minions pushing up towards that tier 2. In fact, both sides here for IG pushing up. So World Elite probably going to have to back off here. Maybe they can make it happen a little faster. PDD slowing up though by the Wall of Pain, but he'll be okay. I think the push is going to get halted here most likely for World Elite, although they are still pushing in, trying to make something happen.
It's a bit of a nothing push though, just because with such linear engage, they're going to see the engage coming a mile away out of Invictus game, and they have so many tools to stop it.
I mean, they've got Ezreal poke. That's about the biggest thing in their siege at all. Iceborne Gauntlet's up now for Wei Zhao, so Ezreal's pretty happy. I mean, if World Elite can find the fights they're looking for, they're in a very, very strong position. But as you said, IG absolutely have nothing to do with that in terms of letting World Elite team fight on their terms here. So.
It's all about World Elite getting on top of an objective like Baron and then daring Invictus Gaming to come in, because in the open, it's just not going to happen.
Well, here comes Dragon. PDD's up the top lane. No teleport for him, just the ignite. Cannon rotating through as well. They really don't. I mean, they look like they thought about it. PDD going to clear out the tier 1 in top lane. But very intelligent from IG. They are going to back off here. I think almost convinced themselves that they could start it. But that would have been absolutely horrible news for Invictus.
PDD keeps pushing here, and we do see Xiaomei's reacting to that. So map movement, just for this slight microcosm at 22 minutes, IG finally being able to dictate terms a little bit here.
Xiaomei forced to run there. He's got home guard boots going, so very speedily moving himself up towards the tier 2. But PDD, as almost always, likes to build damage on that Jarvan. Fizzev looking for a pick here as well. Lee Sin also trying to find the Q, just narrowly misses Illusion with the Sonic Wave here. I mean, World Elite are trying to make stuff happen moving through the jungle. They've got the early oracles on Alistair. They've been clearing out space for themselves. I mean, if they catch anyone with any one of their CCs, they've got Wall of Pain, they've got Iceborne Gauntlet for the Mystic Shot, they've got Lee Sin to follow in, they've got Headbutt Pulverize. There's so many ways they can catch somebody. It's just a matter of doing so. And IG, to their credit, doing a very good job of just playing defensive and playing safe.
And IG can just keep this game going long, as we see the Vision ult coming out from Twisted Fate here. If they just ward up their jungle effectively here and make sure that there's never the flank maneuver coming out of Alistair. Now Alistair, if Fizzev can get behind the team, and headbutt Pulverize or just headbutt a carry into his own team, then a fight can happen on World Elite's terms. But if they keep the wards up, as we see Xiao Xiao clearing here, with no flank
the Q does hit that Xiao Xiao! Very much in trouble there, forced to flash away, kick back into the team though, and Messiah collects that kill.
And it must be Baron time.
I think it is. Very, very nice bait from that one. Xiao Xiao knew what he needed to do, maybe gonna go for a Baron bait here even on World Elite. This is the sort of thing they need to do here, really threaten IG with that Baron here as PDD dodges that Q there from Cannon.
So maybe they're just hoping that with one of the wave clear choices down, they can take a turret. Well, they seem split in their interests here. Both of them are realistic options, but what do World Elite want to do?
I think they want Baron here, but they've got to set it up properly. I mean, at this point, they really can only bait the Baron at this point. It's unlikely IG wouldn't check it in time. Illusion here, going to take the bait though. Gets knocked out there by Pulverize. Wall of Pain in there as well. Headbutted back towards the rest of the team, and that's twice now that's worked.
So now the Smite's gone, there will be 4 members, but World Elite, they're finally turning onto the Baron.
I mean, I think this is good timing when the Smite's down. Got a decent amount of Baron damage here. They have to be a little careful gripping up for Spray and Pray.
Destiny's still not available.
There's a ward over for the Tide. They're going to have to finish this, I think. Slicing mouse on it from Sama. He disengages Fizzev as well. Getting in there as Kid's very low. A good Zon. No, he doesn't, Zonya's. Kid can't quite make that happen. And now the damage came in. Messiah, though, flashing forward there. Peels off PDD, who looked to go in the Baron pit there as well. Didn't finish the Baron, but picking up exit kills left, right, and center. And Salmei, a good peel there. I'm amazed he didn't Zonya's at that point. Maybe it's a visual bug and it's actually on cooldown, but well, they Finish Baron as well. How did that happen? Very sneaky.
I'm actually surprised as that myself. I thought they peeled off it. It was very low when they peeled off, so maybe just one of the DPSs just stayed on it a bit longer. But picking up all those kills, actually Requiem's still available here. It wasn't even needed for Messiah to go godlike here. 703. Again, if he can get in to do that damage, he's going to be doing ungodly damage. But it's on Invictus Gaming. They have the tools here. They never really have to have a fight on Karthus' terms.
No, and it's just a matter of, keeping the game as close as it possibly can. I mean, even now after that Baron, still only 3,000 gold ahead here for World Elite. The outer turrets have been evened up now as well, as all of them have been felled here. 3 turrets apiece on either side. I mean, World Elite, got a lot of kills, and that always looks good when you've got lots of kills on your scoreboard, but it's not converting into enough of a gold difference here for World Elite to really make it happen. If IG, all they have to do is weather the storm here, keep going, keep throwing out the wild cards, the Zyra wave clear as well. I mean, look at that red card, just completely pops that mini wave. It's not like World Elite can't push quickly, but as you keep saying, Papa, they can't quite close the distance onto that turret. And I mean, unless maybe Man or Fizzif gets really, really tanky, it's going to be problems here. I mean, World Elite can probably push down the tier 2 turrets, but realistically, how do they crack an inhibitor turret?
I think they just have to get a pick, or they have to go for an all-in. An all-in turret dive, a flash over a piece of brush, Alistar, or Cannon engage. Between the Zhonyas and the Alistar Ultimate, they do have some tank ability here, but it's tough. It really is tough, just because IG, they have so many crowd control abilities. Messiah
has so much gold as well. 703 now on this Karthus. He's got Rabadons, he's got Roa, he's got almost his Archangels up as well. Looks like Salmei gonna go in, this is what they need, the True Jump barrage in there as well. Salmei going on there to Kid, and Wei Zhao picked up Illusion, but Kid there with a spray and pray. Great on is from Salmei. He might still die to Deadly Venom. In fact, PDD puts the banner on his head and picks him off. Messiah though dies in a beautiful spot, and here comes the Requiem out. That might be another kill as he gets Twisted Fate up in there as well for the double. Means the Tide picked up the extra gold there. A 3-for-2 trade actually. Only in favor of, just in favor of World Elite as PDD walks back towards the base.
A 3-for-2 will mean nothing to World Elite. They'll be happy to go for not even a kill trade that doesn't necessarily seem to suit the situation if they can get these structures. Wei Zhao at full health. If they can get the inhibitor turret here, massively big thing for World Elite.
Yeah, they got the tier 2. They're going for the inhibitor turret now as well. PDD getting poked quite low here by that Ezreal, but World Elite forced to back off from this one. Illusion now walking back in. He's ready to go.
And it's still over half health, so it still will be quite a bit of work for World Elite to take it down. This is not going to be a short game, Pastry Time, just because such little things is all World Elite will be able to get from each of these dives.
Illusion though caught out, great headbutt pulverize from Fizzif. Twisted Fate coming through as well. Illusion forced the flashback, gets picked up by Wei Zhao. Now Man taking a little bit of damage. The exhaust coming out there onto Twisted Fate as Kid there looking to chase him as well with the ambush. The Tide gold card ready. Wei Zhao forced the flash out from under the stun. Fizzif in there as well, but Peter is already through as Twitch comes in and picks up the kill. Now Fizzif very much in trouble here on Alistar. Does die to Twitch there as Kid picks up the double kill. And again, IG really just keeping the gold close here. Barely.
It's a game of inches, Pastry Time, from a World Elite side. Just because of the comp they've chosen, they can never just smash down turrets and pick up this win.
This Dragon going to go down now as well. Could be trouble though, Man. A little low there. Venom cast comes out. Cataclysm on top there for PDD. Safeguards out though. The Venom still ticking. PDD still in auto attack range as well. And a great grasping roots keeps Messiah at bay, but Salmei picks up Kid on Cannon as a return. World Elite pick up Dragon. Happy to keep trading here. I mean, again, IG keeping it close, but World Elite don't need much more than this. Just one team fight. One well-executed dive again. Just maybe even enough poke if they can get... I mean, the Karthus gets really fed. Then they can maybe, get through the breach by using Requiem before going in under a tower. We've seen it before.
It just amuses me that Messiah just sat on Boots 1 because that extra 20 move speed, given just how this... Team Comp's been put together as he finally finishes the Sorcerer's Shoes, it's not going to make the difference. He's never going to get a pick. He's never going to be able to really get on top of the enemy team, barring, significant work from his teammates. So the Boots 1 to Boots 2 movement speed advantage for him, minimal at best.
I'm curious actually to see if Messiah's going to upgrade the Silk Shoes with a distortion upgrade, because given kind of how much Karthus generally needs to flash to really get into the place, it wouldn't surprise me too much.
Oh, that's a good point. Distortion. I mean, maybe just Alacrity for a bit more flat move speed. But you're right. He needs the flash. He needs the flash engage.
One of the choices I do love here is PDD almost picked up by headbutt pulverize Fizzif one more time. He's building a Shurelias. I love that choice there from Alistar.
Yeah, just a bit more speediness. He already has the Boots mobility. That does open up some options for him to flank the enemy team. and just get in there and force a turret dive.
More importantly, it gives Messiah a bit of extra movement speed as well, so he
Sure.
can get in position. I mean, the whole team, really. If they need mobility to get on top of this massive CC train that Invictus Gaming have, then what better item than Shirelia's? I mean, World Elite one more, they're trying a siege here. They've got this turret poked to pretty low here at about 50% health, but it's not enough. I mean, they have to dive, really. They can poke with Ezreal all they like, but I don't think it's going to get enough work done here with Mystic Shots. It's a lot of Mystic Shots to get IG off this turret. I mean, they're trying to make it work here. Wei Zhao's been pretty annoying. He's got Moonman, he's got Last Whisper. Zatai actually could get dived to his Fizzip around the back, going in there. The Stranglethorn's so decent there, and Salma gets popped once more by Kid as the spray and prick comes through, but a great pulverizer on top of Kid. They clean him up there. Messiah once more with the damage coming through, trying to die in a good spot there. So Requiem likely going to come out. There it is, the damage coming through. Fizzip low though, and the two tanks are really the ones left here for IG. Support as well here. Wei Zhao very low there. And not a trade that, funnily enough, that dive, not in favor of World Elite.
It's just so difficult for a team fighting team like this to push down turrets. I made the point from the start that it was going to be difficult, and you can see there, even though a lot of things came together for World Elite, they still couldn't turn that into any global objectives. It's only really Baron with a good sweeping of wards and oracles that they can try and force a fight, but apart from that fight, IG don't have to take any other ones, really.
No, and they're absolutely trying not to. I mean, World Elite, they've been trying to make plays. The thing is, though, when you're doing stuff like that, when you're diving turrets 5v5 to start team fights under them, you either have to be very, very far ahead, or even without that, or even with that, and more importantly, your execution needs to be perfect. And they're executing reasonably well, but it's not precise enough for what they're trying to get done here. And IG are just punishing World Elite time after time. They've kept the gold lead so close between these two teams, despite the advantage World Elite had early on. I mean, it's about 5,000 gold. It's not great, but IG, given the situation, given that we're at 32 minutes now in this game as well, they'll absolutely take it. And now Baron's back up. This is the real test for Invictus Gaming. Can they defend 5v5? Because World Elite, they're absolutely going to want to force the issue here. Oh, Manic.
A little bit out of position, but he's very mobile, so that should be okay.
He's actually taking his red buff here, thinks he has the time to do so. And does, to his credit. So able to pick up that red buff, going to make him even more irritating, even more mobile, even better at fighting.
So tense base time. This is it's a true World Elite versus Invictus game match right here.
Yeah, and this moment, very, very crucial in this game, despite the fact that World Elite are a little bit far ahead here. Sal May actually getting knocked out by the Nautilus ultimate. Good Stranglethorns there. Everybody splits from World Elite, but Sal May's back in the mix. A great ultimate as he flashes past the Cataclysm. But Kid here still in there. A decent Zonies, but they've got to follow up here, do World Elite. Fizzip looking to get in. Shirelia's ever gets caught up by the roots by Zara, I believe, and gets himself picked off by Zatai. A 1-for-0 trade there in favor of Invictus Gaming. Man and Sal May very, very low here, crucially. And IG, I think they're going to just go for the Baron. The Requiem, though, picks up Xiao Xiao. It's not enough to kill the rest of IG. Messiah's a few extra AP of cleaning up everybody else. So Tyler getting low here. Looks like Wei Zhao getting aggressive. Finds the Iceborne Gauntlet with the Mystic Shot. Flashes forward. Autos a creep. That was not what he planned. And Wei Zhao, I think he just A-moved there and thought Zatai was a little closer than that creep. The dangers of not right-clicking sometimes. That will cost him a kill.
Just too strong. But yes, that was an A-move. Definitely patient time.
Oh, Wei Zhao. That was a surefire kill with that red buff, but not to be this time around. Zatai gets away with one there. A rare mechanical error from Wei Zhao. And that could have been a big one too. Two for one there is a decent trade, but 1 for 1 I believe is the only way they do it across. Now Twist of Fate spotting them all off. Can we do Baron? Are they on Baron? The answer right now is no. There they all are.
Just wanted to compliment Fizzip. He was the only person that died in that earlier skirmish, but once again, every fight he's able to force Twitch to flash. Twitch's flash is on cooldown right now. Ezreal is very maneuverable. If they can exploit that and take down this Twitch, I think World Elite has this game.
I mean, for me, part of the issue is that Messiah and Salmei don't have their flashes either, and of all the flashes that I feel are very, very important for their team, it's probably those two. Both Kennen and Karthus kind of have to flash to get maximum impact out of their AoE. And with that down, I mean, they can run in with the Cal Shirelias, they can try and make it happen. Lee Sin can get in, maybe kick somebody back in. Messiah's flash.
The counter Shirelia is also available on Zara if you look.
Yeah, a good pickup there for Xiao Xiao as well. I mean, Shirelia's is good both on offense and on defense. And IG certainly looking to defend here. World Elite absolutely want to be aggressive. The gold lead's slipping away from them though. I mean, the items are up for IG more or less. There's not a massive discrepancy between these two teams. Sure, a few thousand gold here and there is not too bad, but it's kind of spread out across everyone. I mean, I guess in saying that, Messiah probably has most of the gold, but as you said, Papa, if he's if he's not doing damage, it doesn't matter how much gold he has. You know, he's absolutely useless.
Just one of the issues with the teamfight comp and the Karthus pick, and it's one of the reasons why we've seen Karthus fall off, is that a lot of these comps, Karthus just can't get into Defile range. He has to flash, a lot of variables have to exist for him to put out that amazing teamfight damage he's known for. But this is a good spot. They have Baron vision here. They should be able to pick a fight if they just stay aggressive here and make sure that every Gaming don't get towards World Sweep.
Xiao Xiao is moving through, trying to clear out wards where he can. We've actually got double oracles on both teams, I believe, right now. The jungler and support on either side have an oracle, so plenty of vision here. Xiao Xiao again just going to continue to clear out wards. Man, I think looking to try and ward bait him, but there Shirley's being popped. Xiao Xiao could be in trouble. There's the ward drop, kicks over there past the Stranglethorns, and then kick back into the team, right into the Pulverize. Goodbye, Xiao Xiao. And that could be what World Elite need to force this Baron fight here.
Now they have used the one displacement ult, the Lee Sin ult, but to force a 5v4, probably worth it.
We'll be on this Baron now as well. Gonna have to quickly get off it if they want to start this fight, though. You have to think Samway's immediately out of there when he gets the chance to. There's Twist of Fate. He ults in. I think World Elite, they've got to make a decision. They do disengage. Wall of Pain, though, actually, no, they're going to finish it. Trying to zone out there with the card. That's what Illusion in there as well. Messiah taking quite a bit of damage. Least in there. Trying to go in. Messiah gets in a decent position. Kid there. Headbutted back in by Fizzup. Salmay ult there with a slicing Maelstrom. Repcom's going to clean up everybody else. And beautiful fight there from World Elite. Fizzup, absolutely star play from him.
You look there, Fizz's Flash available, Kid's Flash not available, and Alistair, he just has the answer for Twitch. Maybe it's something we'll start to see with the 3.10 changes, Pastry Time.
I mean, for me, it's funny. I see Kennen and think that's the answer to Twitch, but maybe it is Alistair. I mean, Fizz are playing absolutely spectacular. They're moving that Twitch right in.
He can dispel that first CC if he's ever stopped, and if you're using 2 CCs to stop a support getting onto your AD carry, that's a big thing.
It is. Messiah there died in the right place as well. Had his flashback by that time. And World Elite, we asked what they needed, Papa Smithy. It was just one big fight there. That Baron's going to go down. This top inhibitor's done for as well. And World Elite, you know, it took a little while to get things going. They had a lead, but looked like they might struggle to close out this game. But some very clever pressure around Baron.
And just so tense because they could never snowball their obvious strength into objectives to grow gold leads. And, you know, almost every comp that's been picked in this Tencent LPL Summer that's been effective has all been about get a kill, take an objective. And they were just struggling to take those objectives to grow the lead. It was always within touching distance. You always felt if one fight too many went to Invictus Gaming, they could close out this game. But that might have been the tipper.
It may have been. I mean, the gold lead at this point, pretty significant. World Elite 10,000 gold ahead at 38 minutes. That doesn't matter nearly as much, but the items here pretty massive for both teams. Salmay, Zhonya's plus Rabadons with Abyssal in there as well. He's also got Home Guard plus a Blue Elixir to pop next fight around. We've got Runic Pork, we've got Locket there as well for Lee Sin, and the Sightstone. So, you know, not great, but he's got his utility items, pretty much all he really needs. We've got Roll, we've got items, by the way, for Messiah. He's just got all the money. Rabadon's Death Cap, Rod of Ages, we've got the Seraph's Embrace finished up there and transformed from Archandles. Void Stuff and an extra needlessly large rod. He's doing crazy things here. Bloodthirster plus the blue build there for Ezreal as well. I mean, on the other side, Twitch with 3 damage items plus a Banshee's Veil. We've got Zhonya's Lichbane, Athene's plus a Blaster one for Twisted Fate. The items are pretty close here between the two teams, Papa Smithy, and really, again, where all the gold is concentrated, Messiah's the one that needs to actually be able to do damage, which is difficult, but some way, somehow, World Elite are making it happen, and it's kind of nice, because this is very old school World Elite, this comp.
And we see, man, just taking out the turret here to push it down. The Banshee's Veil is actually
just a fake coming in though. Salmay could be in trouble. He may have to Zhonya's here. Activates his ultimate though. Flashes forward aggressively. There's the Zhonya's. Man in the back kicks Kid in one more time. Salmay's going to take a little too much damage here. Spray and Pray is activated there. So the True Shot Barrage cleans out the tie there as Man's going to back off as well. Peter is trying to make something happen, but he gets pulverized up. Now Wei Zhao from around the side going to come in as well. A 2-for-1 trade there in favor of World Elite. Top inhibitor pushing with the minions coming through. Bottom's going to start pushing now as well. That World Elite rotating mid instead. Maybe even just splitting it here. 2 mid, 2 bot.
Yeah, 4v5 to go 2-for-1. IG, that might have been their last stand.
Maybe. Wei Zhao here going to get down this tower. Arcane Chips out from under the Venom Cask here. Pokes off the Banshee's Veil. Messiah, plenty of damage here. Plenty of creep clear here as well. Kid here forced to go into an ambush here. Oh, Fizzer finds him. He has the Oracles as well. And just reaches over with the headbutt to give enough vision. Messiah's going to clean up that kill. Nice Wall of Pain. And that's it here. World Elite, they're going to close out this game. Twitch is dead for 50 seconds. There's nothing IG can really do here. And World Elite, kind of playing a little Season 2 here. But one more time, give their rivals Invictus Gaming another loss.
A big victory for them, and just wonderful to see an unconventional support like the Alistair. You know, usually we talk about the Syndras and the Annies of the world as unconventional, but Alistair, with the meta changes, he's become the unconventional support. But against Twitch, just like when he was seen as an answer to Misfortune, he's still an answer for Twitch, because Twitch needs to use his flash aggressively just to be able to auto attack despite having 850 range. So definitely a different thing there. But the Cow, one pick, 100% win rate.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Cow continues 100% win rate here in the LPL.
For the viewers, just to let you guys know, at the end of week 5 here, OMG 3 games out ahead at the top of the table now, 13-2 record, despite that hiccup in the first game against Royal, still looking strong here. Positive Energy, 10-5 in second place. Now Royal and World Elite with that win in third place at 9-6, so just a game behind second, so in really nice spots there. Invictus Gaming, they fall to 8-7, but still comfortable 2 wins ahead of the current outright 6th place, YG and LMQTC and EPHK. Those are the teams in relegation threats here. LMQ just 1 win behind, but 1-14. EPHK, they need to have something change very fast, because with only 2 match weeks left, they got to get on the board.
Yeah, and so the table's still kind of, especially towards the top, everything's shaking up here. And even, you know, LMQ, a team that could spike that 6th place there, of course, 7th and 8th. No good here in the LPL, but 6 and up, you're looking okay. That, of course, concludes our Week 5 coverage here for the Tencent LPL Summer. If you'd like to play catch-up and watch any of these games again, or catch the ones you missed, feel free to head over to youtube.com/lolchamp series, where you can catch all the coverage we've been doing here for the Tencent LPL Summer. With that, though, we are done here for yet another amazing week of Chinese League of Legends. My name is Pastry Time. I've been joined by Papa Smithy. We are Papa Time, signing off for the Tencent LPL Summer.